So this is my 1938 Caterpillar D2. Serial number 3J2430SP, and it is a numbers matching unit. Go up onto the back, as you can see, hopefully, 3J2430SP. This is a late 1938 narrow gauge D2. And it's got some weird stuff on it. It's got 10-inch track pads. It's got top carriers. It's got rock guards. Other than that, she's pretty much a base model tractor. Does not have much going on to it. Has some later upgrades, different oil fill, the later breather, but it still has the original style non-heated intake. And overall, it's a pretty original tractor. It does have some issues like steering clutch leverage jump because the bevel shaft is loose. Pony motor does turn, however the dash is hitting it, and right now it won't turn. But I have run this tractor before, unfortunately. Let's see if it still does. Yeah, it's got a little water in the oil. I don't think it has a bad head gasket or a sunk liner. I think it's just some water that was on the bottom of the oil pan. I forgot to drain it when I first bull started it to get it fired up. Used to have a Vickers main pump on the front. Has been removed a long time ago. They unfortunately unceremoniously welded it right to the radiator shell, so that's a little, not probably the best mounting, but pretty good tractor. No pull hook or anything. Pretty bare bones. I do have the other side panel for it. Just have this one, but it definitely needs a lot of work. There's a lot of broken off bolts, a lot of stuff that's not put together correctly. A lot of stuff is just kind of sitting on here and not very tight. But it is a decent running old tractor. 8,600 hours, you can see down in there. Pretty high hour unit. Fuel line's been cut. This is the major issue with it, is they broke the pinion. I don't know how they did it, but they broke it, and they torched this section of the bell housing out, I guess to get the actual latch engagement. You can see, if you operate this, it does work, but there's some, like, considerable, here, if I engage the lever all the way and then release it, it's still up. Even if I push it down, it doesn't do anything. So pinion clutch does work. I've tested that. It's got a good over center snap in it. Main clutch is good. It's just got a lot of play in it. Toolbox is full of most of the goodies you want to find in an old cat. Original pull rope. The breather crossover for the pony motor. A bunch of miscellaneous pins. A bunch of these, I don't know what that is, 3/4 pipe plugs with cotter pins in them. Some springs, drain plug for any of the main compartments. Big washer. Some balls off like a ball end tie rod. A bunch of bolts. Some old, like there's an old cat bolt. Seal end bolt. Some nuts with a bunch of chisel marks, the pony motor air cleaner. There was about 48,000 of these ether caps. I added to them. You got to. These things just love ether. Yeah, pony motor air cleaner. Toolbox is okay. Latch is broken off and it's a little bit pushed in right here, but not bad for what she is. Yeah, there's another ether cap. So, good toolbox on it. Seat tank would have been mint, but they had these welded on taps on here and they kind of pushed the back of it in, but it's not bad. Being a 38, it's got the early magnesium fill cap on it, or pot metal, whatever it actually is. Down here on the drawbar, she's a little bit wore out. Old square-headed bolt for a drawbar stop pin, but it's not super wore out. It's definitely a little thin in the center. You can tell she's bounced around a couple times in her day and worn right there. But this is quite the impressive drawbar pin. That is quite the wear right there. and clearly homemade, just straight welded piece of metal to a pin. Drawbar's egg-shaped, mostly because of the fact that this is completely the wrong pin, and it's just been sitting completely sideways in there this whole life and not the right size, but not too bad. Of course, narrow gauge final drives. They don't get nearly as torn up on the tops as I find as the wide gauges do. Drawbar brackets are good. Standard issue rear cover. Not for long. I do have a PTO for this that I'm going to put on. Drawbar's never been ripped in half. That's nice. Fenders are a little tore up. Unfortunately, this is where they must have had their hydraulic tank on that was torched off before I even got this thing. It's got some cracks and some weld repairs and stuff in it. Brake pedals aren't too bad. Like cheese graters, actually. This one's not very quiet. That one is pretty good, though. I do have the cover for the clutch, and I do have the floorboards for it as well. Old temp gauge, no face left in it, but it does, I think it actually did work when I drove this thing around. Oil pressure gauge has been relocated to approximately right here, and it's not at all correct, but it does work. Old Stuart Warner gauge. Pony motor has pretty clean oil in it. I have not heard the pony motor run. I don't think it has any spark, and it had some water in it that I drained off, but overall it's not too bad. Big engine air cleaner had a dead salamander in it when I got it. That was, well, I kind of feel bad for the guy, but, you know, that's the way she goes. So that's old 2430, and that's the Walkaround.